morning.
Morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Hi, everybody. Coming in to join us this morning for Friday Morning Fitness.
Yes.
Morning, Ed and Myrna, Susan,
Morning.
Verna, Doug, Paula, Leslie, Lisa, Jeannie, iPhone, BC, Katie, Rosemary, Robert is connecting. Welcome, Deborah, Janie, Jody Lee. Fabulous group this morning. Some new names, some regulars. I love it. Love it. Everybody ready for a Friday morning workout?
Yeah. Ready.
All right, you guys. We'll have balance and flexibility this morning. Just to let you know, we have Max with us from Get Set Up Support. Max is here to provide answers to your questions about audio or video issues that you might be having with your computer this morning as you're trying to connect. So you can reach out to Max directly in the chat with your questions. Welcome, everyone. We're up to 28 people. 32. Man, that was quick. We popped up quickly. Good morning, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and share my slides. Hopefully, I won't have the technical issues like I had yesterday. I did close down my computer and give it a rest and unplug everything. I just pray that it reset itself and wants to cooperate this morning. Things seem to be good. Look at that. Here we go. Maybe. There we are. Oh my goodness. I'm so thankful that everything is working today. Welcome to Morning Fitness, Friday's edition of Morning Fitness, in which we focus on balance and flexibility. I'm your guide. My name is Stacy, and I've been teaching fitness since the mid-1980s. As well, I have a master's degree in counseling psychology, which I used in the school system in Maryland for many years. And now I just focus on fitness and a very small private counseling practice. And I absolutely love fitness and all things connected to fitness. I'm always researching and reading new articles about the latest developments, strategies, and techniques for muscle development or better aging. And I love connecting with other adults like myself who are interested in that, or people who are just starting out and have lots of questions. I love it. Love it all. So glad you all are here with me today. I love this community. Get Set Up is this fabulous educational and training platform where we can learn wonderful skills from people just like ourselves, so that we can continue to be independent and fabulous and do all the wonderful things that we want to do with our family and our friends and our grandkids. And since we do learn from one another, ideally we can see each other and you have your cameras on. Remember, you can always request a recording after class by emailing help@getsetup.io. And if you're joining by the live stream, welcome. We're glad you're here and happy that you found us. But remember, the best way to participate is to register and join us for a class. Get Set Up is not paid to promote specific products or services. And always check with your doctor prior to starting any new exercise program or jumping into something you haven't done before, or even if you've been away from exercising for a while, just check in and make sure, especially if you know you have any health conditions, you take any medications, or if you're recovering from surgery or from an illness. And most importantly, if your doctor has given you some specific recommendations or guidelines regarding restricting or limiting your exercise intensity or range of motion, be sure you follow your doctor's recommendations and not anything that I show or demonstrate here in class today. So I went ahead and spotlighted myself. We are going to be using the chair today for support and for some additional assistance when doing some of our stretching work. We'll use the chair like a bar. We'll hold on to it with one hand, or we'll face it and hold on with both. So to start, you can put it out of your way a little bit. We'll get started with just some gentle warm up and stretching, and then we'll grab a hold of that chair and we'll use it as an assist. Make sure you have your water, drink water before, during, and after exercise. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So many of you know that I just put on a little bit of background music for myself for the rhythm. If you need to find your own music to play during class, I usually use something that's around 100 beats per minute. It gives you just sort of a rhythm to go with that keeps it at a nice, comfortable pace for most people. You can go faster or slower, but we're starting with a march today, as we almost always do. And then we're going to take it wider. And remember, we're working today on balance. So even though we're going to do a little bit of cardio to warm up, I like trying to challenge you by doing some slow motion work and then taking it up to pace. And the slow motion work takes away the momentum and makes you really focus on your own balance. So as always, we have our chest lifted, diaphragm is raised, our abs and muscles of the core through our back are strong and tightened. Right now, we have hips facing forward and everything facing forward. And smile. Let's have fun this morning, people. Apart. Let's march it wide. And then bring your feet in together. And take it wide. It is beautiful and sunny today. The temperature is going to get up in the 70s. I couldn't be happier. I hope you're feeling the same. And feet together. And we're going to take it to a step touch right here. Take this at the size you're comfortable with. If you want to keep your feet closer together, directly underneath your hips, that's cool. If you want to take up more space, it takes more energy to do this. So it's what you feel like this morning. You've got a lot of energy, or if you want a lot of energy, make it big. That's it. And let's bring it back in. And take it to a march. And take the march wide. And then I'm going to have you just plant your feet and rock side to side, keeping your feet wide. And as you rock to each side, just lift your heels up off the floor. We're beginning to work through our feet. Now, hopefully you can see my feet. I'm never quite sure about this camera. I'm not wearing shoes today. 2 reasons. I don't need the foot support that a shoe provides, but most importantly, I'm on a carpeted surface. So if I had shoes on, I would trip over my own feet. You should choose the footwear that works for you based on how much foot support you need and what surface you're on. If I were on the hardwood floor, I would need a little bit more foot support. The carpet, however, provides cushioning for me. And what's nice about that is I can feel my feet, and that helps to strengthen those muscles. Let's hold still and reach up and down. Reach up and down. And as I'm bending my knees, I keep my knees over my toes. My toes are turned out at 11 and 1. My torso is upright. I'm not bending over yet. Now right here, can you add a heel lift when you go up? Let's try that. Heel lift, heel lift. It's quick. You should have enough momentum to do it and not need to hold on. At this point, we'll do it slowly later and we'll use the chair. Of course, the chair is here if you need that support. It's up to you. Lifting, now keep your heels down and hold in the low position, and we're gonna stretch. Overhead, reaching nice and long, facing forward and not twisting. Reach long. Let's go to the other side, and if you don't have a chair here, use your hand for support on this thigh and reach over, stretching. And release. Now reach up, down, and keep going. I'm hinging forward, reaching down toward the floor. My knees are bent. And then I'm going to come right back up with my hands right here above my knees. Take it all the way up, stretch tall. Let's go again. Bending down, hands here. Hinging forward, hands down toward the floor. My knees are bent. And then right back up. And we're going to do this one more time. Stretch tall. Hands down to the thighs. And down to the floor. Back up. And reach. Take a slow, easy bend. Knees over the toes. And let's go to the side. And this time, we're going to add the twist. So what does that look like? You're going to begin to look down toward the floor and allow your torso to follow along. Arms down and over to the other side and back up into the facing forward position. Torso faces front. And now begin to look down to the floor and let your torso follow. Swing down across the center over to the side, bringing this arm up into that stretch that we know and love so well. Let's try it again. Look down to the floor and then let your torso follow. Come around, swinging through the center over to the side. And stretch overhead. Here's our regular facing forward side stretch, supported with the hand on the thigh. Now look down to the floor, bring the torso with, go down through the center, up to the side. Here we are. And release. Let's go back to our marching. Wonderful beginning stretch. Let's take our feet wide. And we're going to do slow motion for 4. Right here, 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 here. Back to speed. How did that feel for you? Do you need to hold on to the chair? It's right here. Slow, slow, slow. 2 more. Right and left. There we go, up to speed. Here it is. And 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's take 4 slow to the right and left. 1, 2, 3, 4, right and left. 5, sorry, I didn't count it right, did I? Here's the last one. And back up to speed. We're going to do it one more time. So 4 right and left is 8 steps, if I wasn't clear. Okay, so here's 1 right and left, 2 right and left, 3 right and left, 4 right and left. Now march up to speed. I think we got it. Very nice. Let's work our feet up toward that diagonal, right foot front, left foot back. Toes face forward and keep your feet a hip width apart. Scooting back here toward the floor. And you know what comes next? We're going to reach up and back. As I reach forward, I lift the heel of my back foot. And as I come back, I lift the heel of my front foot. So I'm maintaining contact with the floor. 4 more. 3 more up and back. 2 more. Last one, we're going to go back to a march and we're going to switch legs using this march to take the opposite leg forward, keeping a diagonal so your feet remain a hip width apart even though one is forward and one is back. And we're going to start with our rock, forward and back. Keep those feet facing forward, lift your heel, lift your heel. So your toes remain in contact with the floor, but the slow motion of this movement is still challenging your balance, right? Forward and back. Let's do 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. Last one, march. All right. I'm going to grab some water. And open my window. It's getting a little warm in here. All right, sorry for that. Here we go, we're back to marching. Let's use the chair. And we're going to do hamstring curls, but we're going to do some slow and we're going to do some crossovers. So you remember that hamstring curl is this movement, lifting the heel up toward the buttocks. And when we do it facing the chair, we have this advantage of taking the leg, crossover with a tap behind, and back down. Lift, crossover, lift, and back. Lift, cross, lift, and back. I'm just crossing the lower leg behind the standing leg. I'm going to demonstrate from the front so that you can see that crossover action, maybe without the chair. So lift, cross here and tap, lift and down, lift, cross here and down, lift and back. And that's why I'm using the chair. So let's take that. Lift, cross, tap, and down. Lift and down. Good. We're going to do just one more right and left, right here. And here's the last one. Good. Bring a march around, face me with the outside leg. We're going to do a kick forward, kick side, kick back. Now I'm doing a bent knee, lift and kick. That way I can keep it as low to the floor as I need. My kick could even be a tap on the floor. But what's important is the action, front, side, back, keeping the torso upright, not bending into this or hinging forward. So with a bent knee, just kick forward, kick side, kick to the back. And you can keep your foot flexed. So when you're going forward, your heels or your toes are facing the ceiling. And when you go to the side, your toes are facing forward. And when you kick to the back, your toes face down. And my standing leg also has my toes facing forward. So I am using the chair for support. Kick forward, kick side, kick back. We're just going to do 4 sets. Front, side, back, front, side, back. So we're strengthening the standing leg. Do you feel that? Front, side, back. One more. Front, side, back. And here's what comes next. Kick front and hold. And I want you to just hold it there and feel your balance. Check your hips. Are your hips level and square to the front? Is your torso lifted? Your diaphragm raised? Can you release the chair? Maybe use your hands for some additional balance. And then release. Let's try it to the side. You're going to be even further off balance with a leg pulled out to the side. So keep that leg low. Feel nice and tall on your standing leg. And when you're ready, and if you can, lift your hand from the chair. Release. Let's try it once to the back before we do the other side. So here I am, leg to the back. My foot is just ever so slightly lifted from the floor, and I'm tightened through my hips and facing forward, feeling my balance so that I can just lift my hands and hold right here and release. Let's move the chair to the other side, or I have to move the chair. You don't have to. I'm sorry, I'm being silly today. And let's do that front side back. Remember, it's a bent knee, kind of an extended leg kick. Feeling nice and strong through the standing or supporting leg. Kick front, toes up. Kick to the side, toes are forward. Kick to the back, toes face the floor. Kick to the front, to the side, and to the back. And even though you're holding on to the chair, try not to lean into it. Try to hold the chair as lightly as you can, right? In ballet, the teacher would come around and pop your hand like that to see if you were gripping the bar too tightly. So think about at any time, somebody could, lift your hand off the chair. Front, side, back. 4 more front, side, back. Let's see if I can count today. It's Friday and the extent of my counting ability ran out yesterday. And back. Front, side, back. Front, side, back. 2 more front, side, back. See, I know I miscounted, right? We're doing an extra one. I'm sorry. Front, side, back. And let's take it to the front and hold. Front, hold tall, square hips, lift, release the chair if you can. Feel that strength through your core. Release. And let's do it to the side. Extending that leg, release. Back. One more time, let's take it to the back. Feel strong, release. Woo! And relax. Very good. All right. Let's take our Charleston and have the chair handy because we do a little bit of stretching and strengthening our calf and feet muscles in this exercise. So we start with 8 Charleston. Start with your inside foot. Step, kick, step, tap behind. And we're just going to do 8 of these. This is number 2. Step behind. I have the chair right here. I'm holding on. Just warming up my legs a little bit, releasing my hips. I don't know about you, but that last exercise and the hold really tighten through the hips. 4 more, right here, tap behind, right here. 2 more. And here's the last one. And step together. Take that outside leg, kick front, bring it around to the side and then to the back. Place it on the floor, bent knee, heel is lifted. And bend the front knee and work on squaring your hips forward and centering your weight, because we're going to do a double knee bend right here. Just a very small bend to the depth that you are comfortable. The front foot is flat on the floor, but the back foot has my heel is lifted. And I'm doing my very best to keep my weight centered so that when I bend both knees, both legs are feeling the exertion of this exercise. 4 more down and up. And 3. 2 more. Last one. Now take it down. Hold this bent knee on the inside leg, and with the outside leg, press the heel down, straightening the knee, and release. Press that heel down and release. Heel down, release. Heel back, heel down. 4 more, and 3. 2 more. Last one, hold that heel down and feel that stretch up the back of your leg. If you can, lean forward just a little bit so you increase the tension in that stretch. Feeling that right up from the heel, up through the back of the calf, into the back of the knee, and up maybe a little bit through the hamstring. And release. Now don't bring your feet together, but shift your weight, place the outside leg foot flat on the floor and lift the toes on the front leg and press those toes down and up, down and up. Press the toes down and up. 4 more, and 3. 2 more. Last one. Hold it up, toes up, hold it. You're feeling the stretch in a different way, but it's still from the heel up through the back of the leg, through the calf, the back of the knee, and up through the hamstring. And if you hinge forward just a little bit from your hips, as I am, you'll feel even a deeper stretch. Release that stretch. And let's march, turn around. We're going to take this to the other side. Starting with that Charleston, we'll do 8, and then we'll go into the stretching series. You can hopefully see my feet a little bit better. So starting with the inside legs, step, kick, tap behind, kick, tap behind, kick, tap behind, kick, and tap behind, kick. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Center yourself right here. Take the outside leg forward, side, around to the back. Lifting that back heel. Keep the inside leg foot flat on the floor. Center your weight, and you're going to do a double knee bend right here. Double knee bend. Feeling it in both of your legs, and just take a slight bend to the knees or go as deep as you are comfortable. 4 more. And 3. Lifted through the diaphragm. 2 more. Last one. Let's hold it right here. Hold it. Hold it. And now we're going to just take this back leg and press that heel back and release. So more weight is now, your weight is on the inside leg, The knee is bent, and you're pressing that heel back and release. So it's a stretch and release. 4 more. And 3. 2 more. Last one, and hold. Hold it right here and feel that stretch all the way up the back of that leg. Increase the stretch if you want to by just leaning forward. Just a bit of a lean. You've added to it. Breathe through the stretch and release. Now we're going to shift our weight, placing the weight here on the outside leg. Knee is still bent, and lift the toes of the inside leg. And we're going to press them down and up. Toes down and up, down and up. Feeling that strengthening up the front of the shin as you lift those toes down and up. 4 more. 3, 2, last one, and hold. Hold it right here. Hold, 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 and release. Let's take now at each leg, move this back so you can see. I'm going to take for an additional calf stretch. I'm going to place my heel at the base of the leg of the chair, rest my toes on the leg of the chair, and lean my body, my whole body into the chair with a straight leg here, and feel that additional stretch right up through the back of the leg. And release. Let's do that with the other foot. Heel down right at the base of the leg of the chair. Toes are lifted and resting against the leg of the chair. And I just press my body forward, straight and long, stretching right up through the back of that leg. My chair is trying to slide away, trying to hold the chair in place so I can stretch. And release. And right here, let's do some rear leg lifts. We're going to start and do 8 to each side with a straight leg. So facing the chair, hands holding onto the chair, feet are about a shoulder width apart and toes facing forward. Just take one leg and stretch it out behind you. You can keep contact with the floor as you just take the leg back and return. Back and return. Take the leg back and bring it in. 4 more. And 3. 2 more. Last one, and hold. Now my feet, it has contact with the floor, just the toes, but my weight is on the standing leg. So to test my balance, I'll release the chair, but I do have this foot, my back foot is still in contact with the chair. And release. Now let's take 8, but if you can release the floor, so with your leg lift, just a slight lift from the floor. So let's take 8. Straight leg lift right there. Keep it a low lift. You want to make sure your torso is still straight and vertical, not leaning forward to get that leg any higher. You want this action to be felt in your hips, in the gluteal muscles. It takes a squeeze right back there to do this lift. 4 more. And 3. 2 more. Last one, and hold. Hold right here. You have to really feel that squeeze. And if you are confident in your balance right here, you feel it this morning, release the chair and just test it out. Nice and strong and straight. You're going to feel this through your low back, mid back, and hips, as well as into the standing leg. And release. Now let's do that with the other leg. I'm going to turn the chair so you can see me. I'm with the leg that's facing you. And the first set of 8, the foot remains in contact with the floor. So here we are, just back, so the toes still are on the floor. We're starting to get the feel of the muscle action with this exercise. Being yourself straight and tall, and you have a light touch on the chair for balance. 4 more. And 3. 2 more. Last one, let's hold it right here. Hold it. Let go, if you can. Nice balance. And release. And now let's do 8 with the lift off the floor if you can, keeping it very low so your torso remains vertical and strong. Lifting off the floor for 8. Squeezing through the hips. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2, last one. Now let's take it and hold. Hold, lift it off the floor. Hold right here, release the chair. Feel your balance. If you're confident and comfortable with that this morning, and you have that in your goals, just feel that balance. You can add arms. That helps with additional counter weight, either out in front, open to the side. Find a place that's comfortable for you. And release. Nice job. All right, let's do some stretching. Step away from the chair. Hinge forward from the hips. Holding on to the chair right here. Now your legs should be straight and lengthened, but relax your knees. So your knees aren't locked and forced back. That puts additional pressure on that joint, which we don't need to do. If you're able to hinge forward so that your back is parallel to the floor or in a perfectly horizontal position, you're going to feel more stretching right up here through the back of your legs, especially in your hamstrings. So let's just feel this stretch right here. Feel this stretch. Now I just have my arms kind of draped over the chair, and I caution you not to put too much weight on your chair because we don't want this to happen. So just be very careful of your chair. Know how much you can really lean on it. And now I'm going to take the arm that is toward the camera. You take whichever arm you want to start with and reach down. And then reach to the side and begin to open up your torso, looking toward your arm, and now all the way up, reaching up toward the ceiling, and let your head and follow. So you are looking at your hand. Wiggle your fingers, relax your hand, release, back down to shoulder height, and then back down toward the floor. Both arms up on the chair. Let's take a little relax if you need to. Coming back up using the chair. I'm going to turn my chair around so you can see me do this onto the other side. So I step away from the chair just slightly so that when I hinge forward, keeping my legs straight and my torso horizontal or parallel to the floor, I'm able to drape my arms over the chair for support right here and really feeling that stretch right up through the back of my legs, my hamstring, and also into the lower insertion of the gluteal muscles right there. Top of the hamstring, lower glutes, right there. Feel that stretch. And remember, the best way to stretch is to find the position where you have just enough tension on the muscle to where you feel like you can't stretch any further. And once you've reached that point, Just breathe and hold it 20 to 30 seconds. Let's take the other arm that you didn't work before and reach down toward the floor. Feel how that emphasizes the stretch. It gives you just a tiny little bit more. And then lifting toward the shoulder, palm is facing the floor. And follow with your head. And now bring that arm up so your torso is twisting. Bring that arm up toward the ceiling. Wiggle your fingers to relax. Release. And reach down to the floor. Arms up. And let's press back up into the standing position. Really nice, awesome stretches this morning. We are going to do just a little bit more strengthening now with an exercise I consider to be very important, and that is a squat. Well, we're going to squat into our chair today. So this is the most comfortable and easy way to start learning to squat if it is not something that you tend to do. The reason that it's good to use a chair is because you have perfect position for a squat when you wind up sitting in a chair. Let me show you. So a good squat leads with the tailbone back first. You don't ever want your knees to extend further than your toes, which is a mistake a lot of people make, and it's very detrimental to the knees. So leading back with the tailbone, I'm using my arms for counterweight. I feel like I'm off balance, and it's kind of a good thing because the chair is right there. So we're just going to do a sit down and a stand up. And let's just do 4 of these. So make sure the chair is under your buttocks. And then let's do lead back with the tailbone and sit down and stand right back up. So let's do 4, tap and go. Here we go. Squat back, tap and release. Tap and release. Tap. Bring it back up again. Tap and release. Nice job. I hope you'll practice that throughout the day because squatting is incredibly important. You have to be able to independently sit down and stand up in order to remain independent for the longevity of your life. Let's take to our seat for some stretching. We're going to do those hip stretches that you all tell me that you love. So remember that when we do the hip stretches, we need to clear the seat of the chair just a little bit so that so you have room to move. We're going to hold on to the chair, extend your legs out in front of you, and I'm going to show you 3 levels to this hip stretch. So the first one is to cross ankle over ankle. Allow the top leg, knee to just fall open where it will. Mine is heading out toward the side, not at 90 degrees, but maybe 45. My foundation leg or supporting leg, my knee is facing upward and my toes are facing upward. And then I'm going to just hinge forward. I'm holding onto the chair so I don't fall, but I'm hinging forward and feeling that stretch. Now I feel that stretch up the back of the supporting leg, but also I'm beginning to feel it on the outside of the leg that's crossed over. And that's what we are targeting. So this is level 1. Some people may already feel tension on the outside of the hip in this position. And let's release. At level 2, we're going to bring the top leg up to just above the knee, crossed over. Once again, allow the knee to fall open to where it will, but the foundation leg is straight. Holding on to the chair for support or maybe onto your shin. Hinge forward from the hips with a flat back. Now you should begin to feel a deeper stretch on the outside of the hip. using the arms to press back up into an upright position. The third position and most intense stretch is to bend this foundation leg with bending the knee at a 90-degree angle. Foot is flat on the floor. You have your leg crossed over, ankle is right above the knee, and the knee is open to the side, wherever it flops open, whatever is comfortable for you. Now in this position, many will already feel that tension right here up the side of the hip. I do already. This is a very tight area for me and for many people. So we just want to hinge forward. You can use your arms for support, resting gently right here on the leg that's crossed over, or you can hold on to the chair if that feels more secure for you. And just hold this stretch. I'm trying to give us a good 20-second hold right here before we switch to the other leg. Make sure you're breathing through this stretch. Don't hold your breath when you're stretching. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. Sitting back up straight. Release that top leg. Extend that leg now straight out in front of you. Toes facing upward, knee faces upward. And let's cross over the leg that we're going to stretch ankle to ankle. Straight out in front of you. Let the knee flop open to the side. Hold on to the chair and hinge forward. Feel that stretch up the back of the foundation leg into the hamstring. Actually, I'm holding on to the leg of the chair here. I think I have a little more flexibility this morning, bending forward right now than I did on the other side. And beginning to feel that stretch on the outside of the hip of the leg that is bent over the top, crossed over. Release. Either pull yourself back up using your hands on the seat of the chair or press back up with your hands on your thighs. And let's take position 2 for a deeper stretch. Brings that crossed over leg up here, foot just above the knee. Foundation leg is still extended, feet facing up. Be very cautious about this knee, that you're not resting your foot on the knee or causing too much pressure there. A slight bend to the knee may help. Also, activating the quadriceps muscle helps to make sure you're not pressing down on that knee and causing stress and strain to the ligaments right there. So this knee is open to the side. I'm going to hold on to the seat of the chair with one hand, and the other hand is right here on my shin for this stretch. This is where I feel balanced. You may need to experiment with your hold to see where you feel balanced so that you can lean forward into this stretch. Now remember, this is level 2. You're going to feel a deeper stretch along the side of that hip at this level, in this position. And release. And if you are able and confident in your ability to stretch this morning, let's take level 3, bending the foundation leg. Knee is bent at 90 degrees. Top leg is crossed over, knee open to the side. Sit up nice and tall. Maybe you can hold on. I have one hand on my knee, one hand here on the top of my foot, and I'm going to just hinge forward ever so slightly from my hips, trying to keep my back flat, lengthened spine, and I'm feeling this stretch already. It's through the side of my hamstring and right up into the side of my glutes. And that's the area that we're targeting. And we're just holding 20 to 30 seconds. Breathe into that stretch at the maximum muscle tension that you can tolerate. We've been doing this stretch every Friday for almost 3 months now, and I'm wondering if you're feeling some improvement in your hip flexibility. I feel like I am, but maybe once a week isn't enough. Are you doing these stretches at other times throughout the week? This one is quite important. And let's release using your hands to press yourselves back up into that seated position and sitting nice and tall right here. Let's inhale up and hinge forward from the hips, going all the way forward with a flat back, laying across your thighs or to wherever you can reach. And when you've reached that maximum stretch, release your back, your spine, so that it curves around forward into a smooth, rounded C curve. And finally, drop your neck, releasing any stress and tension that you may be holding there. And finally, let your head fall forward. And place your hands just above your knees on your thighs and use your arm strength to press yourselves back up into the seated position. And now reaching side, nice and long, give yourselves a big hug, holding on to your upper arms or your shoulders. One elbow over the other. Release to the side, pressing back behind the midline of the body, and give yourselves a hug in the other direction. One elbow, opposite arm now is on top, and you're just holding on to wherever you can grasp, sitting nice and tall, and release. One more time, let's reach up and relax. Stay with me for a little bit of breath work and my closing slides. Grabbing my water this morning. Sitting nice and tall. Begin to bring your awareness to your breathing, focusing on the rise and fall of your chest as your diaphragm expands, allowing your rib cage to open up and your lungs to accept new fresh air with every inhale and exhale. Let's inhale today. Exhale. Now I'm going to have you inhale and take in a beautiful, beautiful golden yellow, sunshiny yellow. Feel that beautiful, fresh, glorious, joyful air coming in. It's fresh and clean. The air that comes in your lungs this morning is filled with positive energy, with joy, confidence, and gratitude. I apologize for the noise outside this morning. I don't know if you can hear that. It sounds like some construction vehicles on my road. I apologize. See if you can focus on my words this morning. Close your eyes if you're comfortable doing that, or just remain in your seat, but find a spot in front where you can focus your gaze as you listen to my words, and hopefully these positive affirmations today will resonate with you, and you can take them with you today through the rest of the day and maybe into the weekend. Today, I will focus on what is really important in my life. And I will let go of all the extra things that pop into my world that distract me and sometimes cause me to lose focus and get involved in other activities that are not my primary goal. I focus on what is really important in my life today. Today, I will open new doors to life. I've already started that by coming to fitness class this morning and opening new doors to awareness of my body and its strengths and weaknesses, the areas that are flexible and those that are tight and need more work. That's a new door for me today, but I'm going to take this with me through the day and be open to new sights and sounds, new tastes, new experiences, new doors to life. I release the need to determine how things should be in my life. Just for today, I will release this need for control and those thoughts that are telling me I should be able to do this. I should be able to do that. I should be able to let go and balance better in the morning exercise class, or I should be able to stretch longer. Let go of all of that and accept what is, be happy and thankful for it, and move on. I release the need to control. That's a big one. And today, my mind is at peace. I hope your mind is at peace, and I hope you take those thoughts with you today and in through the rest of the day and for the weekend. Thank you for joining me this morning. Stay with me as I close my ending slides. Thank you once again for joining me this morning. Remember, you can share your experiences on Get Set Up by using the hashtag on social media, hashtag Get Set Up, or at Get Set Up to tag us. And if you're not on social media, email Liz at getsetup.io and send her your stories, your photos, and your experiences with working out with us in the morning or with other classes that maybe you're taking. And look for these other related classes if you want to get moving throughout the day. Look for Ageless Grace or the line dancing classes and also yoga. My next class coming up at 9:15 is core training. I also do core training on Mondays. Let's Get Moving on Tuesdays, seated strength training on Wednesdays, and a fitness combo, which is a little bit of everything, on Thursdays. Be on the lookout for the email that you will receive shortly after class from Get Set Up, which will contain some key takeaways and reminders from my classes. It will highlight some other classes you might want to look for. And there will be a link for you to provide feedback about this class and about Get Set Up. Remember that you can refer a friend who's not involved in Get Set Up by looking on the website for this, what this looks like right here, where it says invite a friend. And then you'll go to this link where you can add your friend's email address and click the orange tab, and they'll automatically get an invitation email to join us here on Get Set Up. This is the important email you want to remember, help@getsetup.io. With that email, you can let us know that you'd like to host a group, suggest a new class that we don't have on Get Set Up yet, share your organization. Maybe there's a community center that you're involved with. We are involved with a lot of community associations, assisted care, senior living, etc. But if we're not partnered with the one in your town, let us know. And of course, as always, request a session recording using that email. Thank you once again. Hope to see you in another class. Everybody have a great day and a fabulous weekend.
Thank you,
Thank
Stacy.
you.
Thanks,
Welcome.
Stacy.
Bye.
Bye.